Emmerdale has confirmed that the person responsible for poisoning Kim Tate is none other than Graham Foster. The shocking reveal was shown to viewers during Wednesday's episode, although Kim herself still believes her collapse was caused by accidentally taking too many painkillers. In the episode, Graham was seen making a secretive phone call after tampering with her medication, admitting that his plan to harm her using a double dose hadn't worked and that he would need to come up with another way to get rid of her. Speaking about the storyline, actor Andrew Scarborough explained that his character is still driven by deep resentment over Kim's past actions. He revealed that Graham remains furious that Kim tried to have him killed years ago, which ultimately led him to fake his own death to escape. According to him, that decision cost Graham a significant part of his life, including his relationship with Rona, leaving him unable to forgive Kim. His recent attempt to kill her, therefore, stems from a desire for revenge. However, the actor also hinted that Graham's motives may be more complicated than they seem, suggesting he might not have been fully committed to going through with it. He noted that if Graham truly wanted her dead, he likely would have succeeded. Meanwhile, news of Kim's poisoning sent shockwaves through the village. Chas Dingle was left deeply unsettled, while Kane Dingle and Caleb Milligan quickly turned on each other as suspicions and accusations began to spiral. Elsewhere, Jodie Tate returned from his trip to visit Kim in hospital, though his presence wasn't exactly welcomed. Graham is set to remain central to the drama in the coming episodes, especially as an unresolved storyline linked to the crossover with Coronation Street is finally revisited. The episode featuring Graham's unexpected return also showed him releasing newcomer Jodie Ramsey from the back of a van, raising even more questions. Fans of both soaps have been eager to find out why Jodie was being held captive and what Graham's involvement truly is, and it seems that answers may finally be on the horizon. Another resident in Emmerdale has caught on to Rona and Graham's connection, and this time it isn't Marlon who notices. Secrets never stay hidden for long in a tight-knit village, and Rona Goskirk and Graham Foster are about to learn that the hard way as another local catches them spending time close together. Rona has repeatedly insisted that she has no romantic interest in Graham, saying it so often it's almost as if she's trying to convince herself. Despite making it clear that her heart belongs to Marlon Dingle, she can't seem to ignore the lingering spark that still exists between her and Graham. In tonight's episode, the pair shared a short encounter, but unfortunately, it didn't go unnoticed by someone close to Marlon. As Rona was leaving the veterinary clinic, she crossed paths with Graham at the door, leading to an awkward moment where they nearly collided. Graham had come to collect medication for a horse from Home Farm, but a flustered Rona got mixed up and accidentally said Kim's horse was waiting in reception. Paddy Kirk, who was sitting outside the cafe, observed the situation unfold. Although he couldn't hear their conversation, the closeness between them immediately raised his suspicions. This follows shortly after Lydia Dingle also spotted Rona and Graham together. She later confronted Rona, who firmly denied that anything was happening between her and her former partner. However, things are set to escalate next week when Rona gives in to her emotions after discovering that Graham has been stabbed. While tending to his injuries, Marlon quietly arrives, already uneasy about her behaviour, and witnesses a deeply personal moment as she and the injured Graham nearly share a kiss. When Marlon confronts her and asks if Graham is the one she truly wants, her reaction says more than words ever could. Emmerdale, Jacob takes on Dr. Todd, but an unexpected twist follows. Jacob Gallagher made a daring move in Emmerdale as he finally challenged Dr. Todd, but the outcome took an unexpected turn. After speaking his mind to his superior, the question now is what lies ahead for him. In recent months, Jacob has been finding his feet at the hospital, but his ambition of becoming a surgeon has been knocked back several times, largely due to Todd's strict and overbearing attitude. In tonight's episode, Jacob was seen picking something up from the shop, where Kerry Wyatt mentioned she had heard him being sick earlier that morning. He explained that his shift pattern was taking its toll, prompting concern from Kerry. She advised him to consider taking time off, but Jacob reacted sharply, insisting he was fine before heading to work in a bad mood, one that only worsened as the day went on. When he arrived, a colleague jokingly mentioned that Todd was looking for him, which soon proved to be true. She asserted her authority by subtly putting him down and assigning him a cleaning task for the shift. Disappointed, Jacob admitted he wanted to be helping patients in urgent situations rather than doing basic duties, but Todd told him he wasn't ready and needed to be more realistic. Later, Jacob apologized to Kim Tate for his involvement in the apparent misdiagnosis of her condition and also briefly spoke with Lydia Dingle before leaving. Despite this, Todd remained unimpressed and reminded him to behave more professionally. The situation escalated when Jacob witnessed Todd speaking harshly to a patient, even calling him stupid for refusing treatment. Clearly uncomfortable, Jacob was advised by colleagues to stay out of it, but he chose to act. He confronted Todd about her behavior, criticizing the way she had addressed the man. In a surprising revelation, she admitted that the patient was actually her father, who is living with dementia. The confrontation soon turned into a heartfelt exchange, with Jacob opening up about caring for his own grandfather. Todd then revealed that her decision to pursue medicine was inspired by her father and her desire to make him proud. With tensions easing, Todd softened and told Jacob to go home and prepare for an upcoming conference with a respected lecturer. Although their relationship appears to have improved after the conversation, it remains to be seen whether this newfound understanding will last. Emmerdale follow-up. Paddy turns to Marlon as emotional episode approaches. Emmerdale viewers were left deeply moved in tonight's episode as Paddy Kirk faced yet another emotional setback. In a heartfelt twist, he sought comfort from Marlon Dingle, showing just how much he needed support. The latest scenes showed Paddy struggling once again as past trauma resurfaced, just weeks before an important trial that's been weighing heavily on his mind. The tension began when Paddy and Dylan discovered that the trial had been scheduled for May 4, much sooner than they had expected. While Dylan became anxious about what the future might bring, Paddy and Mandy tried to lift his spirits by suggesting a family outing to take their minds off things. For a short while, the atmosphere felt lighter as they spent time together, particularly when Eve proudly showed Dylan a painting she had created. However, it soon became obvious that Paddy was distracted and unable to fully enjoy the moment. Emmerdale airs on weekdays at 8 p.m. on ITV1 and is also available to stream on ITVX.